seats again. I can honestly tell you that that will be the hardest thing you will do today. Everyone, take your seats. Thank you. So I can see some of our brilliant speakers getting all psyched up. And when I said I can tell you that that's the hardest thing you'll have to do today, Diane Yanusak looked at me to say, yeah, but I'll be there in 5 minutes, so it's not the hardest thing I'll do today. And you know what they say, women don't gossip. So men, you're in good company. We just spread invaluable information. That's what we do. And you have just spread invaluable information. So there's nothing better than having an experience. I could tell you what it's like to be a part of the Cyber Guild, what it's like to be a part of Uniting Women in Cyber, but you just had a fleeting moment of what it's like to be in this amazingly wonderful community. So thank you so much. And I'm going to do just some brief introductions. My little wee clicker thing, but I've realized I've been clicking on the wrong thing. Sorry, Steve. So I am Debbie Salas. I am the Executive Director of the Cyber Guild. And we are delighted to have you here today. Shortly, I will bring on stage two amazing women who will talk to you about some things we're doing in Uniting Women in Cyber. Wang. Kat has, I think this must be a lie because you don't look old enough, but she tells me she's been in an executive tech and cyber position for over 20 years, but I don't know if she's talking that up. Checks in the mail, Debbie. Checks in the mail. So Kat Wang has flown in from California. She has 2 gorgeous children. And if I had to guess what your favorite color is, I'd just say it's bright. That's her favorite color. Her favorite color is bright. And the most important thing to know about Kat is her formative career was a fashionista. She was in the fashion industry or something. Or was it something to do with modeling or something?
Oh, I just like spending money.
And she is a shopper. So if you want to know where to get cool stuff, she's a shopper. And then we have the amazing Kristie Grinnell. Kristie, who is a local person from Loudon. 2 dogs, you said 2 dogs and 3 children. Although I think most of the kids are you an empty nester now? Empty nester. Kristie is an empty nester. And the thing to know about Kristie is, I don't know where she gets her energy from. This woman is so passionate about advocating for women and girls in STEM. She works a big job as a CIO of DXC, is it? DXC, an international global company, and she's still out there pounding the boards, supporting greater diversity in cybersecurity, and we love you for that. So we have Kristie and Kat. The only other remarks I'll make today is there is no planned fire alarm drill, so if it goes, it's real. Use the stairs, but walk gently, help each other down the stairs and meet out front. And if you are a speaker here today, because when we're speakers, we forget what we've been told. When you're ready, 15 minutes before you're due on, just go out those doors, take a right, and AV are behind a black curtain. And if you forget that, come find me. So here's an introduction to our wonderful United Women in Cyber leaders, Kristie and Kat.
Thank you so much for being here. Are you as excited as I am?
That was another round of applause for Debbie. That was an incredible opening. Great job.
It's like an energizer.
Indeed.
Yeah, we were saying I don't drink coffee or caffeine at all, so that picked me up for the day. So it's all good.
And I specifically held back on coffee for 3 days just to overdose on this moment right here. So I gotta say, the amount of brain power that is sitting in this room right now is enough to blow the top off of this entire building. Thank you all for being here. I hope you're ready to have some fun.
Woo!
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. So thank you so much for being here. United Women in Cyber 2024, our 3rd year of doing this. And what's so exciting about that is we have a record number of registrations this year. a record number of attendees. We actually had to close it off because the room couldn't hold anymore, which is an exciting place to me. That means we're growing and people see the value in this community. So good job in getting in the door, and thank you for making that possible. And I think a large part of that is due to the phenomenal lineup of subject matter experts that we have come here. When we come here, you are absolutely going to network with some of the most amazing people, but you're also going to hear in the lineup we have for you today a lot of things are really pertinent to your role in cyber, regardless of what that is. And at Uniting Women in Cyber, there's really 3 pillars of creating this community that we really want to provide to you, but that means that we need your help. So the first one is exposure, right? So your time here is to really gain enhanced access to the leaders in the cyber world. They're here, and you'll see them on stage, but they're probably sitting next to you at your table as well. But we really want you to engage, connect with people on LinkedIn, connect with people so that coming out of this room, you have that new network that you didn't have before you came in the door. That's part of being here. And we have a United Women in Cyber LinkedIn group, and we'll talk more about that in a second. The second part of it is education. You're spending the time to be here. Your company said, take the day. So take the day, put those phones down, except for when we want your feedback on the surveys. Make sure your computer's put away as much as possible. We know you have day jobs and there's things that sometimes get in the way, but really invest in yourself today. Invest in learning, invest in the network, invest in the conversation to grow yourselves. This is an opportunity for you. And then third is education, that you are going to learn some new things about trends in cybersecurity, about what's happening in the world around us, and the expert updates. So really make sure you take a moment, and then when you leave, each session, think, what am I gonna do differently when I get back to work? What am I gonna do differently when I go home even? Because cyber is the fabric of our everyday lives, right? So we need to think about that. So think about how you can do that. And then third, we're all here to consume and contribute. There's collective brain power in this room. So if you have something going on at work, use this network, these wonderful people sitting around you who can really maybe help you find an answer to your problem. And if not, they probably have a connection who can. So use it to really, educate yourself, get engaged, and become a part of it. And because of you're here, I'm gonna grow from that, and I thank you for doing that. Okay?
Absolutely. So I should say we did not get to standing room. Yeah, okay. We didn't get to standing room only without the help of a lot of people. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Elizabeth, Debbie, this is what, year 6 for Uniting Women in Cyber, thanks to a lot of people who have supported us over time, including our leadership committee. So if you are on the leadership committee, your name is on the board, please stand up so that everybody can see you. Please stand up. There we go. Excellent. Thank you. So everybody just, if you can, take a look at the folks that just stood up. If you have any questions at UWIC, please reach out to them or us. We'd happy to answer any questions or tell you more about what we do, especially if you want to get involved.
Yeah, and it takes a village. It took us a year to plan for this. We've already started planning for next year as well. So thank them as well for their time and efforts in helping us get here.
Great. Okay, so we're about to kick off with our first speaker series, but before we do, one quick announcement about feedback. This is very important. The lineup of speakers that we have today is an iterative, evolving process thanks to the feedback that we get from all of you. So throughout the day, you're going to be asked to fill out a survey. They don't take more than 30 seconds each. One at the lunchtime as well to provide your overall thoughts on the event. We're also going to be having a cameraman coming around, and we're just going to be asking you for your thoughts, quick sound bite for the day. Please be free with your feedback. It's a gift. It helps us not only build the community, but also better tailor our topics to what is most important to you all. And then I will also say there is a QR code on each one of your tables. If you have not already, please scan that. I realize the irony of me sending you to a website you don't know what it's gonna be by clicking on, but trust goes a long way. I know we're in cyber, we all have trust issues. But if you haven't yet, I promise, on my honor, this QR code will take you to our private invite-only Uniting Women in Cyber LinkedIn community. The reason why I joined this community is because it's not only a way to make sure we're staying on top of the exciting things that we have going on, but also private invites, first access to a lot of lucrative events, the tailgates, et cetera. You're gonna hear all of that first. We want you to be able to participate in that, bring in your friends, and if you haven't already, please take a couple seconds to join that community. All right, and then since I mentioned feedback is so important, we're going to start with this QR code on the screen. I'm gonna take a giant step away from the mic so you can all scan it, but that's going to kick off our first question for the day, and it's a real easy one, so we're gonna get right into it. So take a few seconds.
Let me go back to the QR code, sorry.
Yeah, on this QR code right there. Let us know if you're having any issues with it.
It's also on your tables. Debbie's holding it up, the flyer. Oh, thank you.
Did it work? Okay. It takes us to the
It should take you to the community in LinkedIn, and we'll launch a poll there. So, yep. So once you're in the community, then you'll get to answer the poll.
All right.
All right, I see cameras are being put down and people are starting to fill something out. Yeah. Are we ready to move on? All right, we're gonna test it out. Are you ready? This is your practice. How are we doing? And what is your geographic location?
It's very dramatic.
Yes, the music is like.
I feel like I need to be looking, solving a mystery. Oh, okay. So if you're not a member, we need to approve the request.
They're doing it as we go. So you can start to fill it out and practice as we go.
Okay, thank you. So
we ran out of the suspenseful music.
That's okay. I'm sorry. All right. So we will do our best to get through this, and if you guys can just remember to, you all can remember to fill out that first question, that'd be great. Debbie, do you feel like we should introduce our panel speakers? Okay.